Our mission is to give our competitors the tools to fulfill their max potential by sharing our conversations here from the masters of the craft.
Boom. We're in, dude.
Heck yeah.
Episode 5 after a couple weeks off.
Yeah, a couple weeks off of...
with all the post-season wrestling.
Right. But we've been busy.
We have been busy.
Yeah.
We have been busy. Big
It's
10s.
been crazy.
Big 12s.
It's been awesome.
NCAAs. Your birthday. We got a 35-year-old in the house now. First to 35.
That's right, dude.
From the coach's journal.
35, the big 3-5.
Halfway there.
Halfway there. Yep, it's all downhill from here.
It's not. You're going to make it way past 70.
Shoot, with modern medicine, man, they're saying that we could... new average life expectancy could bump up over 100.
Oh, I believe it.
You know?
I mean, I met a 100-year-old the other day.
Right.
You know?
Your kids could be living to like 120. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
That's up there.
I mean, if the Earth's here.
Yeah. A lot could go down. Yeah. But speaking of a lot going down, man, a lot went down this weekend.
Yep.
A lot. We had our watch parties for Big 10, Big 12.
Yeah.
We saw a lot there. You guys saw some of our clips. And I'm sure if you were keeping up.
They saw the videos of Big 10 and Big
Yep.
12, so you guys got to see those. But NCAA's, wow, so much wrestling.
Yeah. Started off, first round really wasn't too crazy.
No, not a lot of upsets.
There was one, maybe two
Right.
of
Surprises.
right, but you're
nothing
always kind of
crazy.
expecting an
Yeah.
an upset. But then second round, and then
Well,
definitely the quarters.
The quarters were insane. The
Yeah.
quarters were big. You got the 10 seed Valencia winning in the quarters. There was a 7 seed who won. I mean, it was just down the line.
There's a 12 seed that won,
Yep.
a 14 that won,
A 15 seed beat
a 27
Jackson
seed.
Joy. Oh my gosh. Well, the 27 seed.
Yeah, he wasn't in the
He
quarters,
wasn't-
but like
He was still in it.
He was still in it.
He was still in it.
Yeah.
And ended up All-Americaning.
That
Gabe Darnold.
when the
Arnold.
133s
Shut up.
started, literally within the first minute, 3 of the 4 matches, there's like 21 points on the board between all 3 matches
Yeah.
in the first minute. Like Lucas Burt's on his back fighting off. He's down 7-1. Jackson.
Putting up points.
Yeah,
all
he's
day, every
putting
day.
up points. Already had his guy on his back. Then someone else, I think Davino had somebody else locked up in a cradle.
Davino was killing it, man.
I mean, it was just holy. This is nuts.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
all in the quarters.
Yeah.
And
Banger.
and it was hard to keep up with all the wrestling going on because, the quarters you have 8 guys at each weight, and so we have 80 guys on the champ side competing, and you're trying to watch. I mean, if you guys saw our clips, we had a sweet old watch party having all the mats on the screen. Or,
It was awesome.
Going back and forth, but we miss. There was
We
a
had
lot
the
of wrestling we
Octomat
missed.
going on one TV. We had quick switch that we could just change to any mat on the main TV
Yep.
as we're watching. We had the brackets going on the computer. We could, of course, hear the commentary going on. We had our boys show up.
Yeah.
We had company, various company throughout the weekend.
We had our head coach show
Head coach
up,
came over, right?
our other assistant coach,
Yeah,
the boys from YOFAM came down. I mean, it was a party.
it was a party.
It was a long party.
It was
like a slow burning party because we were calm watching wrestling. It wasn't like, but it was 4 days of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Counting the recovery day on Sunday.
and you need that day.
Yeah, you do.
You need that day.
Good thing
Yeah.
NCAA ends on Saturday.
Right. It's always awesome. Of course, I'd love to be one of those people that could just go every year, right?
Oh my gosh.
But that it's such an event that travel back on Sunday is brutal.
Brutal.
Okay,
Mr. Sleep the whole way back from Kansas City. Jeez. Oh,
you
so
gotta
hard.
find your windows,
So
right?
hard.
You gotta find your windows where you can get in a nap here, and a nap there.
What a loser. When we get back,
But being
I'm
here is
tired.
nice
Oh.
because you know
There
just
was no
as,
travel day.
yeah, almost just tired and
There wasn't a travel day on either side either. It
Yeah.
was just you sleep in your own bed every night, make breakfast, pop on over. It worked out.
Yep.
Worked out.
Great weekend. You know, I was telling you, off camera, but I had a feeling that this tournament was going to be just kind of nutso.
Yeah.
Really, kind of you shake it up and anyone could win it, and that's kind of how it turned out.
Especially,
There's a lot of people were gunning for Jax, and he delivered.
He did. He sure.
I really did think that. I don't think everyone's beatable. So that's kind of where I come from. But he straight up delivered and showed, hey, I can get it
I'm
done,
the guy.
and been making the right choices. My coaches have been making the right choices.
Yep.
We had this plan, we've executed, and we got it done. Like bingo, bango.
Bango.
Love that. Love when a plan comes together.
I will say, like, speaking of nutso, like, everyone was gunning for Jax. 33s was stacked with Blaze, Davino, Jack. Everyone kind of took for granted the 141 bracket. I know Vega was the second seed, but holy smokes, no one was going in thinking Vega was going to go beat Mendez. Mendez is going for his third. Vega's a true freshman. You know what I mean? Like, no one really... Mendez was a monster all year. Why would they even think Mendez would come close to losing to Vega? And Vega pulled it off. I mean, poor Mendez, but, like, insane. Like, I think that was one of the weight classes that was overlooked because of 33. Because 33 was so stacked. And
well, yeah, I mean,
everyone
so
had
overlooked,
Mendez.
they wrestled it first.
Yeah, right. And they're like, oh, shit.
Well, let's just get this one out of the way.
And then 49s, too, right? Like, Valencia, 10 seed or...
Awesome.
Yeah, like beating
Awesome.
Shane Vaness. I will say Shane... Okay, Big Tens, Shane did not look great. Right? Still a Big Ten champ.
Mm-hmm.
Found a way to win. Was down in every match almost. Came back and won it. I think he only bonused one guy that tournament. Then he comes into NCAA as 1 seed, but in my opinion, one of the lower...
Right. Yeah. If you could do like a power score, he's on the lower end of the 1 seeds.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he came out firing. Pin, tech.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Just
dominant.
Dominant. And you're like, okay, who's going to beat Shane Vaness?
And then he gets to Swiderski.
Oh, that was a sweet match.
I mean, he just straight up earned that thing.
He did.
And that's how he's been beating those. And like, when he was having a tough go in the Big Tens, that's his only saving grace was he will go one progression further than all those guys. And man, those guys had some balls because it was like seven goes, and he is just
they were running into each other like bulls fighting, dude.
And he is just moving one more time and ended up to get that last takedown or to score that last point.
When he got the last leg, just knew he was done.
Right.
And went to
like a tree falling.
Literally like a tree falling.
Dang it.
Because he went that one extra or Van Ness went that one extra.
Van Ness is just hacking at the tree, dude. Hacking at the tree. That's what it takes, right?
But then Valencia did it to him.
Right.
He did it to him.
Right. Just went one more.
Oof. Gives you the chills.
And he's got the ears to
oh my
prove
God.
it.
When he pulled off the headgear, his ears were just like...
blown up, taped up.
Blown up.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
And great moment with his sister. She wrestles at Iowa.
Yeah.
Great moment with her. That was...
And she
and for Stanford. I mean, heck yeah. Right? Their program's on the fritz. And thank goodness for Shane Griffith coming in, pulling through, like being Superman over there.
Yeah.
And then, they've got good wrestlers. But I think he's the first national champ since
Shane, yeah.
Which was only a few years ago. What, two years ago? Or no, 5 years.
COVID,
yeah,
right?
That's right.
Or it was 2021.
I forget. But Shane's last year was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But he didn't win it more than once.
Yeah, when Shane won it, that was
But he did make that finals that one time.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to do it, but
nah.
he was up against Strachey, and I think Strachey beat him that time.
Strachey's pretty good.
Obviously, Strachey beat him that time.
Strachey's decent.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind having the
right.
only five-timer.
How many does he have?
5.
5?
Yeah. No one's ever gonna do it. No one. There's never gonna be. I mean, never say never. But like, what are the chances another thing comes around where NCAA grants every participant an extra year of eligibility? You know what I mean? Probably not gonna happen.
Unless they just restructure how the college
it's just
system
all
is
5.
done.
Yeah, you all get 5 years.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting thing. I will say, you know, after 49s, it kind of went chalk, right? 57s. Well, I guess. Well, PJ Duke wasn't in the 57, but Brabadoo. He came out freaking
Stone Cold Killer.
Literally, Mike Myers.
Stone Cold Killer.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
the?
yeah.
We'll play it. We'll post process.
This is where we play Halloween song right
Halloween
here.
song.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, crazy. And
Yeah.
then, so like 57, I would say was chalk because he wasn't the 1 seed, but like he had to go through PJ Duke, controversially, in the semis.
Hey, we've been talking about what a takedown is for 5 years now, and I guess
save that for the cast.
Guess we still don't know what a takedown is.
Still don't know. We've been talking about it forever.
Guess we still need to discuss about it.
Still need to figure out what it's like. It reminds me, like when Kale said that, it reminds me of baseball and how they're fighting so hard with technology to not, like, the people want basically robo-umps, right? It's to a point where a robot, AI or whatever, can call balls and strikes.
We want to pull out human error.
Right. It's almost that baseball is such that it can be black and white, strike or a ball, for every different, because the strike zone changes based on your body size and stuff. So like, but AI could do it. But baseball fights it so hard because they don't want to get rid of that. But so like when Kale says, you know, we've been talking about what a takedown is, it's similar, like talking about what a strike is and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that fight, and it, you know, Kale also brought up the push-out rule. Did you see that interview or reels of interviews?
Mm-mm.
Kale wants the push-out rule.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great rule too. I know he's got one wrestler that really utilizes what the rule is now, and I think the push-out rule would force some action.
Yeah.
And it'd be great. And those matches might turn around.
Where I think it's going to get dicey.
Yeah.
Because they have it in freestyle, right? If it's a push-out in neutral. But if it's not neutral, it's not a point, right? That's where it's going to get dicey. If people are getting pushed out on the mat, they're just going to go to their knees. So then it's not a push-out. It's... So, like, that's where it's going to get hairy. You're going to see refs call the point, and then more bricks are coming out for they were in neutral or they weren't in neutral, and who knows? We'll see.
Well, I say if you do push out on your feet, you know, it's a point. If you hit your knees, it's a stalling.
Right off, just
right
straight
off the bat. You do it again, another stall, that's a point.
I mean, try to make it as black and white possible. Take out the judgment calls. It's all about the judgment calls, you know?
Right.
And like,
because the purpose of the push-out rule is to not get pushed out, right? So it's like, oh shit, like, oh, he tried to sprawl, and you know that you shouldn't get pushed out on your feet because you know it's a point, and so all right, we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna give you a stalling on that, not a point. It happened again. Okay, sorry. You know,
yeah.
Too easy to play a game on that when you're a good wrestler.
I mean, the mat is big enough, right? It's not like we need to make the mat bigger.
The edge is bigger, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, the edge gets way big.
Yeah, it needs to get extended a little bit.
Dude, okay.
So that way we're
you
not...
understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, like, that is ridiculous.
It is.
Those fucking kids.
See, it's like when you know the rules, you can bend them.
Oh, you have my foot in
Yeah.
bounds? I'm going to
Yeah.
touch the gym floor. Oh, you're out. What? And my thing, you know, I know I've talked about this probably several times on this podcast, but just make the edge everywhere the same size, right? Don't let the corners be bigger. You can make it the corners could be bigger, but make the top and sides of the circle bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So make the overall mat bigger. But then how do you fit 8 to 10 mats on a surface, right? Then our surfaces are just getting fucking huge. But man, there was times that this tournament, kids were throwing their hands out there to get out of bounds before.
Oh yeah. They know how to. I mean,
Yeah.
know the rules, right?
Yeah, you know how to bend the rules
Yeah.
when you know the rules.
Right.
But yeah, so going off of the chalk, like 65s, Messenbrink.
Yep.
Right.
He showed up, performed pretty much as expected.
Oh, dude, he.
Except
what?
Did he win? Do we know? When's
Hasn't-
Hodge?
Hodge hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah.
It'll probably. I think it said. I don't even want to try to.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
not
know.
yet. It's not
But
yet.
yeah, you're right.
I think he should get the Hodge.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
He had one match all
he's
year
been
that he did in bonus.
What's the criteria for Hodge?
You had to be undefeated. So they only took the 7 guys who won it and are undefeated. I think it goes every tournament.
And is it most dominant throughout the year?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I mean,
So if that's the case, Messenbrink, I feel, has probably the most matches out of all those dudes. He's undefeated. He's 100% bonus rate still, I think, or
No, he missed
it
against
Right.
that Hepner kid.
That's right. That's right. So okay. So out of all those matches, but he bonus pointed all except for one.
Except for
But
one.
he still wins, and yeah, I'd say he gets it.
He took the guy in the finals.
Right.
Dominated Mikey.
Yeah. Mikey trying to come out with that weird kind of
What was that? The
pinch
end?
headlock from
the assassin from
like-
behind. It was weird.
Yeah.
But it was his last ditch effort.
Yeah, you got to do it. Got to do it, man.
Last ditch effort. He did have him on his back for a second.
Yeah, for a quick second. Pulled him in a weird direction, and yeah, Messenbrink didn't like that and just kind of,
Took him down right after.
yeah,
Little icon.
started stalling him out.
Dude, he's a bad guy. And we got another year of Messenbrink.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna be only I say a 3-timer, all because he didn't realize the match was tied against David Carr.
Oh, right.
What a loser! Come on, Messenbrink. I'm just kidding.
Was it he?
He thought it was tied, but he was down.
But he's down one. Right.
So he didn't wrestle the last 30
because he was
seconds.
gonna go to overtime.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Right after he
So,
and
dude.
I think I don't know if it was a ride point or
Might have been a
something.
ride point.
Yeah, we were there for it.
Yeah, we were.
We were there, and I remember sitting next to you like, why isn't he wrestling? Why isn't he shooting? He's not doing anything. And then he just didn't know he had to.
Dang.
If that match did go into overtime, I think he takes David Carr down. The way he wrestles,
Yep.
because the clashes style, like David's aggressive, but Mitchell is like an energizer.
Right. The closer it gets to crunch time, the more
Yeah.
he's going at it.
Right. So maybe David catches him off guard and like slides him or something. Who knows?
David was slick, man.
He was.
He was slick. All he needed was one little window, and
He'd find it.
and his reattacks were good. He'd like catch an ankle and
Yeah.
then run it down, and
I really liked him and O'Toole's rivalry.
Mhm.
Those two were good. Those were good matches every single time.
They were.
Scrambling fools, you know.
and they were going back and forth.
Yeah. It's crazy. David wrestled Keegan O'Toole.
You know, we
and
talk.
Mitchell.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he wrestled Keegan O'Toole and Mitchell, both AWA guys.
Yeah,
It's a funny,
and they're his toughest
guys. Yeah.
toughest guys. Yeah, Askren produced.
Except when he lost in the. When did David lose in the quarters to that? It was that upset the year before we went.
Right. I can't remember who upset him.
Was it a Nebraska guy? I have a feeling it was like a red team.
Oh yeah, was it like Chad Red? No.
No. We'll have to get back to you guys.
Yeah, I can't remember.
We'll have to get back to you guys.
Anyway,
What were you-
74s.
I don't remember. We blink. Well, because remember Rocco is 84s, and then
Oh, it
Barr's
was
97s.
freaking Haynes. It was Haynes and
Levi Haynes. That's right. Yeah.
Minto.
Yep. And he just won
Yeah. Granted,
off a stall call.
I know, and so that was cool to see a guy, and Haynes has had just more closer matches throughout the season. He hasn't been as dominant. We say, I mean, but he's still freaking dominant. You know, he
hasn't lost.
Yeah, he hadn't lost either. But it was cool to see him have a hard final.
That
he
Minto
won.
Kid's good.
He is good. You can kind of see some disappointment on Haynes' face, like
he didn't wrestle his best.
Right, and like you know, he's happy with the win, but he wishes that he'd have scored some more points to solidify that.
Maybe he was thinking about hunting too early.
Hunt down some more points. No, but like he. At the end of the day, it's stay in good position and score more points than the other guy, and that's what he did.
And he obviously was aggressive to get that stall call, right?
Well, yeah, his in the first period.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Those Penn State guys know how to win matches when they're. I wouldn't say Levi was out techniqued on this, but like the basic things of control the center of the mat. Keep your back towards the center. Always, when you're being shot out, always jump towards the center. Just like those little things that show action, show intent and initiative.
Yep.
And how it paid instantly.
Got a natty.
And then, right.
Then
McAnally, talk about McAnally, right off the bat, instant takedown on Rocco Welsh.
And that's all he needed.
Because
Rocco, he just wrestled Rocco the exact same he did at Big Tens, and he won by a takedown.
I don't know if you saw the mashed video, but he had hit that on Starachi when they wrestled last year.
Oh, really?
And that same takedown. And he got it in the beginning of the match. And
that kid's good.
I think he actually beat Starachi at Big Tens. Maybe not. Anyway, don't quote me on that. But anyway, but he took him down nonetheless. He takes him down.
I think he took him down, but ended up losing. Yeah.
Same takedown. Anyways, he hits that on Rocco, and
that was it.
That's what he needed. Yeah.
And Rocco can't wrestle from behind like Van Ness or something. He struggled at getting his offense going. 'Cause, I mean, all of Rocco matches were.
And what were we saying? Like
3-1.
Those close matches are going to catch up, and
yeah, we did. Say that.
He could keep a lead, but he can't come back.
Right. He couldn't wrestle a defensive guy.
Right.
And
And so that's what McAnally figured out that he needed to do was, boom, I need to score that first takedown, and then just wrestle the match the way we would normally wrestle the match.
Yeah.
Like now I can wrestle Rocco's match if he wants to wrestle that match because. No score's happening.
Yeah, it will be 1-1.
Right.
But I got the takedown.
Yep.
Right off the bat. No, I thought that game plan so simple yet so effective. Yeah.
It was great.
The 97's bar just
dominated.
But Merrill being a true freshman in the finals as a 7 seed, that's huge. Huge for Oklahoma State. I mean, Barr was just no one was beating Barr. Him and Messenbrink had the 100% bonus point wins going into the tournament. But Barr didn't major Merrill, did he? That's the one match I was absent for. I want to say it was like 7-1 or something.
Yeah, can't quite remember.
But nonetheless, he's up for the Hodge as well. 3 Penn Staters are up for the Hodge. Actually,
he did not major him.
He did not.
It was decision, yeah.
I
remember Merrill was going for hard takedown in the last 15 seconds, just chasing him, and Barr was keeping him at bay.
He's long.
Yeah.
He'll be back next year.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting rematch because Merrill's going to get better.
Merrill wrestles free.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Oklahoma guys.
And the Penn State guys, I will say.
David Taylor's, they're having fun over there.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
And I want to say Penn State is also wrestling free, but only the dominant guys. Messenbrink, Shane Van Ness, even though he lost, but Shane Van Ness wrestles free. But Rocco doesn't wrestle free. Barr, he wrestles free. Lillendahl, I don't know. He's pretty
he's
tactical.
He's kind of machine-like.
Yeah, but not like, Messenbrink is free rolling. He'll score he'll get scored on before he scores sometimes with how he wrestles, but he also won't get scored on because he's so good. But yeah, I'm trying to. Do you think? Well, hang on, we can save that for. Let's finish because when we talk about the coaching aspects of things, I think that could be the cast. You know?
Yeah.
So after Merrill and Barr, we had heavyweights.
Yeah.
Trumbull and Youngar.
Same kind of thing of, well, what was it the Younger tried to do? And he tried to do it twice, and he wasn't successful. He ended up getting taken down with it, right?
Well, he shot in on him, got his leg. Trumbull sprawled hard, and it was just a scramble. Youngar gets both legs. Trumbull hits his hip, but then slips a foot out. So it wasn't a takedown. I think Youngar stopped wrestling, and Trumbull popped right over the back of him, just like out. He went one position further than Youngar did, and got the takedown, and that was that match.
That's what he needed, right?
Because he ended up winning. I think it was just 4-2 or something. Because Youngar got out, and then Trumbull just stalled. But there's our first. No, we had two non-Big 10, Big 12 champs, Aiden Valencia and Isaac Trumbull. Is that his name?
Yep, Isaac Trumbull. Yeah.
And if anyone watched our Big 10, or no, maybe it was Big 12s. I think it was Big 12s. If anyone saw our Big 12 finals film room watch party, we set the line at 2.5.
Yeah.
Great line. You know, if you went the under, you were correct. If you went over, you really needed that third guy to win. Who was the Princeton guy, McGowan, against Luke Lillendahl.
Yeah.
He did not win. Luke pretty much dominated that match.
Yeah, he did. Won the exchanges. Wrestled just a good Luke match.
Well, and who was the 2 seed for 25s? The 3 seed Nick had probably one of the worst tournaments of his life. But the 2 seed lost to
Nick
in the quarters.
Was Ventresca.
Oh, Ventresca. He lost in the quarters.
Ventresca. Yeah.
Because McGowan won in the semis against the 15 seed or whatever the.
Was it Moran?
Oh, maybe it was Moran.
Moran was on a tear.
He was on a tear.
He was the 14 seed, and he
found a way.
He put together 3 great matches.
Yeah. But yeah, Luke, there was no question he was winning that match.
Yeah.
And then the good old fashioned, the main event, 133's Jack Forrest versus. Oh God, why am I blanking?
Versus Davino.
That's right. Because Davino beat Blaze. That was.
As far as like pace and aggressiveness and just being able to see an entertaining match, exactly. Just it delivered.
It did.
It delivered. It was awesome to watch.
2 freshmen.
Yeah.
First time since what? 1947 or something. I don't forget.
And yeah, Jack's wrestling free.
Dude, he wrestles the most free. He don't give 2 shits. What
he is out there. Yeah, throwing a leg.
I mean, he will throw the leg from
ducking,
anywhere.
Pulling. He's going.
He slide by him from bottom. Like that guy is
tilting from his feet, ball and chain coming.
Tommy Till, just like the crossbody ride, and he's just fighting that arm the whole time. He's like, "You're gonna give it to me. Oh, you're not. You're gonna give it to me."
Yeah.
I mean,
faking a crummy cradle.
just to get the wrist.
Okay, that's good.
And then I liked how he was riding Davino. I think it was after the second takedown or maybe the first. I don't know, but you could tell he's looking at David Taylor, and like David's trying to tell him something, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna get this," and he's just fucking working the wrist, getting his riding time way up over a minute. Just. Yeah, he did. He was. I mean, is he gonna be a 4-timer?
If he keeps wrestling like that, 100%.
Yeah,
I think so.
You think he stays at 33s? Like, I'm curious where these kids go. Blaze, Davino, Forrest.
Here's one, right? Like, So
Going up to 41s really isn't in the cards because Vega, another
right,
freshman's there.
Exactly.
Can't really go to 57s.
I mean, but so like look at what Kale does. So you can have Haynes win it. I'm like, all right, we're gonna take you up to 74s
from 57s.
Win it again. Shoot twice. You know, he has a guy who beats his national champ this year, bumps him up to 41s. Actually, they're just not going to wrestle you this year.
Yeah, you're going to sit this one.
Yeah, we're going to, so there could be some of that David has learned and that might implement and come into play.
What's that
throughout
kid's
the
name?
years?
The one that you were just talking about from Penn State. Who
Yeah.
beat Lillendahl in the Open, and then
Yeah, I forgot what his name
and
was.
Kale's like, actually, it's not your turn yet. We're gonna put you at 41s for a couple duels, then we'll.
Yeah. It was awesome to see, though.
Yeah.
It was great that we saw that. Now that we saw that, we have a plan for you.
We have a plan.
Yeah.
Just follow the process.
Right.
God, what is
And, I think David Taylor, had a plan for Jackson. It worked out great.
It worked out great. Well, he probably
Worked out great.
did exactly what he wanted.
It's kind of
That
as
was
long
the
as he
weekend.
stays healthy, right? That's the
Jax,
biggest thing.
Yeah.
For anybody. Spencer Lee was the same kind of thing. He had a red shirt, and then they just pulled it, and he comes out and he wins one, and he goes on a tear, but it's just his health was his Achilles heel, and
Well, no, it's his ACLs.
it was his both of them, right. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And like Vito, even though he wasn't potential 4-timer, but he won one and then ended up not winning, just and then
I thought he won 2 in a row.
he did, but then he ended up oh yeah, you're right, sorry.
No, but his first 2 years, Vito did not. He might have not even All-American.
I'm thinking, so he almost didn't wrestle for, what was it, the Olympics? He couldn't because of his neck, right? And he was on par to
be a world champ.
Yeah, he's beating everybody. Yanni, he's kind of
retired now.
Yeah.
Yanni, sorry to hear that, man. You were really fun to watch.
You're a G, bro. You're one of the main ones.
Literally, Yanni is. The way he wrestled was so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious what that injury was. Or, you know what I mean? His tweet was vague, which is perfectly fine, but just makes you wonder.
Wrestling's hard on the body.
It's the hardest sport in the world.
Yeah, it's hard on the body. Could be anything, but the average stuff is your knees and hips, neck, shoulders.
Yeah, shoulders are a big one. Huge. Make those things boulders, boys. Make them boulders.
Yeah. We're not claiming to be the best. We're only trying to become better every damn day. This is the Coach's Journal.
All right. It's a little cold down here. Sorry. We kept teasing as we were talking about, I felt like we were holding ourselves back because I know that's what we really want to talk about, especially at the Coach's Journal, but is all the coaching aspects of what Kale did, what David Taylor did, what Mark Manning did, what Tom Ryan did, what these guys and what Stanford coaches did, right? I think we really got to dive into some of these, speculations that we can take from things said, things we witnessed, and really dive into what these guys did to, be the best.
Have their guys.
Yeah. And have Iowa have a 27 seed All-American. Ohio State, they shit the bed, but Nebraska getting up there, Oklahoma State finally giving a little fight for the underdogs against Penn State. I mean, Penn State still won by 60, but
But still, taking some of that real estate.
Yeah, they definitely
some of the market,
especially having 3 champs, all true freshmen. things are gonna be happening up in
And one of
OSU.
them beat Penn State.
One of them beat a Penn Stater.
Yeah. So it took one of their national champs. Yeah,
We'll take this
we'll
18
take that
points,
one, actually.
or we'll take these
Yeah.
3 points or whatever. But we can just for somewhere to start. We can go off of kind of what we talked about the night out when we talked about Kale's statement of not knowing. We don't really know what a takedown is, but we'll be sure to talk about what a takedown is, right? We kind of had an epiphany, drinks are flowing and we're talking wrestling and talking about that statement really, I think made you and I really think about what is Kale doing over there, right? Like how is he, and what is that? Because he's very good public speaking and talking between the lines, but yet saying enough for the journalists to take in things. But man, I really do think Kale, when he said that, it's a jab at the refs, right? But how he coaches too, where it's like, hey, we know all 5 of these, let's just say 5, these 5 positions are takedowns, right? When you lock your hands up, takedown. Arms behind, Merkle position, takedown. We can go on. How do we get to those spots, right? And then you took it a step further, and it's like, I know where you wrestle as a person, right? So I know you're going to be in these positions. How do we take these positions you're in to get to this one or to this one,
Right.
Yeah, if you want to elaborate on, like...
Well, yeah, I think what he's referring to, or what we were kind of guessing at what he was referring to, because if you know the rules, then you can bend them.
Yeah.
But if you also know the rules, then not so much you bend them, but now you know what it takes to win the game, where you can figure out strategies within the rules to win the game. And he said it before, wrestling's just a game.
Yeah.
So we got 5 different positions that have takedown criteria. That's what constitutes as a takedown. Got it. Perfect. Now that I know, well, as coach, or put myself in the coach's position. Now that I know that these are the criteria for a takedown, now I'm gonna, have my guys training and wrestling and hitting their shots, and whenever we're doing drilling scrambles and whatnot, is how do we get to those positions first
Before the other
guy, and how do we get to them every time? Perfect, because with that strategy, it's great. Because if you get to them first, it sounds very simple. As you say, it's like, duh. Like, of course, you score first. You score first, you score the most, you're going to win the match, right? But that's what it is. So where this comment comes in is because, okay, now we're in a match where a referee, we hit one of those
5
criteria,
positions, yep.
And a takedown is not called.
In overtime.
Okay. And then we go to a table and we say, hey, why was this not called? And the criteria
wasn't met.
Is explained or says that it was not met. How? Right? And that's what he's getting at is we've talked about, now we're talking about, then what is a takedown?
Yeah.
Because we just discussed that this criteria here
is a
takedown, and that's what that criteria was, and you're telling me that it wasn't, that this certain thing that plays into it now deems it not a takedown.
Yeah.
So we're back to this conversation of what is a takedown. And it kind of 100% would screw with your coaching, because if that's how you're going to approach it, and then the goalpost gets moved on you
mid-match.
So I don't know what he was actually getting at, but that was just kind of when we heard that and thinking about it.
We're speculating, but I think we're onto something.
But kind of going to what we were talking about back at our state tournament, consistency in officiating. Consistency. And who knows what Kale's really saying in between the lines, but ultimately he's saying that is we need consistency in our calls. A, for our athletes, but B for our coaching. Right?
You're gonna change
that totally changes my whole practice schedule.
Yeah.
Now.
Right. I can't show him to go to a cradle in that position because it's not a takedown every time.
Right. and I can't tell him. And also, so that's a great. Let's just say, okay, so we're in a cradle, but he's got my leg. Okay, well, if in the world where we've seen the position, okay, well, there's criteria here for the takedown. Is it my leg's hooked on his leg, even though he has my leg? Is it I've got him,
His
past
back up,
90,
yeah.
but even though he's got my leg? Is it he's on a hip for past reaction time? Is that it? Like, what is it? So then we can get there.
Where
But,
you as a ref throw
right.
up 3.
Right, but then we have a cradle, because if we know that, now that's how we're going to drill. But if we do it in a match and I get a cradle locked up and I know that, okay, this is how I've drilled it, this is a takedown, I got to this position.
Yeah.
But ref is saying, no, that's not the criteria for it. Yeah.
Oof. Well, and like you said, consistency. Some refs would have probably called that a takedown, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, not to compare college refs and high school refs, but I know in high school they would have called that a takedown. Because it's not like he did this. He had the cradle, and they were moving.
They almost didn't call it for Jesse Mendez match.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, it was a point there for a second, but then it got called.
Right.
But, like, again, that they even had to go back and review that
Yeah,
for
they
that
did.
exact thing of where was
When
the takedown.
was the takedown, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah, ultimately, consistency, because you can have that conversation, what is reverse, that same conversation could be had at any point where there's kind of, we're having this misjudgment and just happens to be, what is a takedown? I bet you with this, what is stalling, right? When we
Right.
have these kind of push out rule type of
Yeah.
things,
what's a stall, push out, or
Yeah.
non-neutral, just start fresh. No, I mean, and that's where, like, wrestling is such that, like, there's got to be rules. There's got to be positions that are takedowns and reversals and escapes, right? In order to have an end goal. Like, the end goal can't be a pin, because then you'll have 35-minute matches with nobody getting pinned.
Right.
So you have to have some sort of scoring system and set of rules. But wrestling is such that, like, think about pass interference for football, for anyone who doesn't watch wrestling. But if you think of the pass interference rule in football, it's very judgmental, right? Some refs will let these guys hand fight the fuck, hit their face mask, and everyone's like, well, how's that not pass interference? Oh, how's this not pass? And they throw out all these things. That's the whole wrestling match, right? Like, the whole wrestling match is a hand fight. We're looking at very small, minor positions,
yeah.
and it's Kale says it's a game, but damn, it's an intense game.
How, like, you can have a guy on his hands and knees and you're like this on top of him and it's not a takedown.
Right.
But now that you're like this on top of him, now it is a takedown.
It's a takedown.
But if you're like this,
he could
this,
be,
or this,
he could be on his belly.
It's
He could
not.
be on his belly and
Yeah.
it's not a takedown.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Unless you started there, right? If you were here and you went all the way out front, it's not an escape.
Yeah.
That's not an escape. That's not an escape. Now it's an escape. I mean, some of those calls at the NCAA, I was like, why haven't they called the escape yet? And it was because someone had an underhook who was on top of him like that. And then they'd get out of bounds and they still didn't give him the escape. I'm like, what the fuck is an escape? Isn't that at least loss of control? Or
Well, that was exactly what is loss of control.
right, what is loss
What
of
is
control?
loss of control?
Right. Oh man. I mean, I will say there was a lot of stall calls called at this NCAA tournament. Good and bad. I'm not saying like there's a lot of bad stall calls or a lot of good stall calls, but it seemed like these boys out there were using the stall call to win matches. They were losing matches off of it. I mean, it was everywhere. And like
You do what you got to do to win, right?
right.
Yeah.
I will say, as like personally as a coach, stalling is a strat, right? It's a strategy.
It is.
But man, I would have a hard time coaching stalling, right? We've heard the stories of like
Got to know when to stall.
injury, right?
Yeah.
And
know
like
when to stall.
I know. And to me, it's like get your ass up, get back to the center, wrestle.
And really, the best stall is just stay in good position and keep your back towards the center.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or, I mean,
But stay aggressive,
that's really,
still
like,
shoot.
that's the only kind of highest, you know, risk position that you're going to be in. If you're on top, then you're even better. You're in a dominant position. You don't really need to be stalling a body to be getting out, so you're never going to stall on bottom.
You should.
You should, you know.
You should never stall on bottom.
Right.
Top's the hardest part because you got to tell them to get off the hips, right? But there are people who are good enough that they're aggressive enough with their front hands that the refs won't call stallings, even though they're on their hips. Especially, I noticed it at the college level. But at the college level, they have ride time, which also throws a wrench in a top stall call, right? Because a lot of these guys are riding hip to hip for majority of because they're gaining ride time, right? But they're so aggressive up top that the refs aren't going to call it. But also because there's a point, there's a point to be had for someone who stays on top, right? So like the ref can't necessarily call stalling because they're just trying to get that one point.
Yeah, because just by being on top is offensive.
Right.
Yeah.
But when they drop down to a leg and they start the 5 count, noticed a couple of those where kids would drop down, and then as soon as it would get to 5, they'd crawl up, and then they drop back down, start that 5 count over again. Like, I mean, if it's part of the sport,
play by the rules.
You gotta play. Yep, you gotta play by the rules. Know the rules, and we're gonna try that this summer with our camp. Like that should be one of the classrooms, or even 2.
That's right. Increase your IQ of
the
of
sport,
the game.
the game.
Yeah.
It's almost like I was just thinking about this. Wrestling's so complicated with the rules have to be so complex and specific and not convoluted. That's too aggressive, but you know what I mean. The rules are very, is it nuanced?
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Dungeons and Dragons. The game is so vast and so many things can happen. You have to have so many rules and situations of when you could use your spells or roll the dice, and like not to compare wrestling to D&D, but like it just reminds me of a because it's a game, a super big, detailed board game is like wrestling.
Yeah.
And you have to have all these rules.
It's a chess match.
Yeah.
Literally. For the athlete and
it's a chess match for the rules.
Coaches, yeah.
And the coaches, yeah.
Yeah. Because they got to know if is this worth throwing my brick?
Right. The whole brick thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish it would be cool if I mean I wish this for NFL too, but when a brick is thrown, I want to hear the ref's conversation. Give us as the audience what you're discussing, right? Holds them accountable. There's none of this. Hey, we gave that call to Penn State 2 matches ago, so give this one to Oklahoma State. All right, cool break. None of that. Holds them accountable for that. Not saying that happens, but just in general. But also, it gives the audience some sort of window into what the reasoning is.
Yeah.
And if Kale then, goes back and watches it and sees what they actually said over the phone, he can use those details of like, okay, they didn't call this a takedown because of this, and use that in his coaching, or anyone could use that in their coaching of like, hey, they're not always going to call this cradle a takedown, XYZ, whatever was said on the phone call.
Yeah.
Because obviously that did not get communicated to Kale very well. He would not have said what he said. But that would be an interesting. I mean, I wish they did it for NFL, but I think the NFL does have a little hint of, hey, so the spread on this game is 10. We really need this field goal.
No, it was a pass interference.
yeah. Really give it to him.
It definitely was.
And that's the thing, those judgment calls, like when you review them in the NFL, it's like, well, you can't review pass, but like, yeah, it just, it's insane. I mean, it can't be black and white. It can't be. Baseball can be. Baseball's black and white. And that's what they're fighting. They're fighting the technology as a sport because they want the human error. They want the thing.
It's America's game.
It is America's game. We got to keep.
I mean, that's what makes sports is humans competition with humans, right? Like.
But should the refs be part of that competition? in the pyramid of the competition. They can play I mean, they're going to. But what do we tell our kids? Don't let the ref control the match.
Yeah.
Right? Get the takedown more better. You know? But in Kale's, in this situation with Kale's statement of how we took it, of him coaching to these positions, PJ Duke did exactly what Kale told him to do, like you were saying. He drilled it to get to that spot, and it's a takedown.
Yeah.
So then it's all on the coach. Whereas like our guys in high school, you just didn't get the takedown. Just get the takedown next time. You know,
Yeah.
we're not looking at these overtime matches like.
Yeah, no. You know, our guys' positions don't look that good.
Yeah,
we know that's not a takedown.
Yeah, Peter.
Don't worry. We don't need to challenge it. We know that's not a takedown.
Dude,
good call, ref.
Have you seen anything about Nebraska and how their takedown or their challenges?
Video review.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm surprised.
Was it just the state finals or was it
the state finals? Yeah. Yeah, first year doing that.
I think that's really cool for a high school. For a state to take that on for a high school.
Watch, there was like no challenges for any matches.
Right.
Like, nah, actually great officiating. Looks good. We didn't have any discrepancies.
I just really want it as a coach so I can throw a brick out there every once in a while. Throw a brick instead of risking a misconduct.
Or figured out how to word it.
Right.
So could you walk me through
your
decision-making process on the criteria that you called on that?
On that. That's actually not a bad way to phrase it, because as a ref, he's got to explain something. Versus, hey, so you really don't think that's a takedown? No, I don't. Okay. Sounds good.
Even if you really think about it?
Point deducted.
Coach's misconduct.
Yeah. That's your third one. You're out of here. Oh, my God. One of the times I went up was at the state tournament, and our heavyweight just gets taken down. He gets thrown out of bounds.
Yeah.
But it was close. I mean, and the refs called it, and I remember looking over to Mike, our other coach. I'm like, I gotta go. And he's like, what do you mean? So I get up and I get the ref. I was like, hey, was his toe up? Because, high school doesn't have the cylinder.
Right.
So it's like, hey, was his toe up before the takedown? No, not what I saw. Okay. I mean, yeah. But it was to end his season. So it was like, whatever, fuck it. Go for it and see what, throw some spaghetti at the wall. Who knows? Maybe they say, wait, maybe his foot was. No, takedown. Yeah, we get another chance. And then he gets bent. I don't know. Who knows?
Right. You never know. But, as a coach, you got to fight for every point.
That's why the break would be sweet, because then the review would happen and then we'd see the toe come up.
Yeah.
Or not.
And then you're back at it. But now we got a little bit of a breather and get to go at it again.
See, then the breaks come in as a stall tactic.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because it's all a strategy.
Injury time.
Right. Can you review that?
Yeah.
The position hasn't changed.
You just throw it at the guys. And that's another thing that's funny is, like, with wrestling, there's no stoppage. So, like, in football, I know we could keep comparing to football, but most popular sport in America, you can review a play, right? Play, start, stop. Play, start, stop.
Yeah.
Right? In wrestling, it's like a brick is thrown and there's still like two.
Yeah, you have to.
Could be like 2 minutes
moment of action.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, 2 minutes ago. I mean, the refs are decent, as if action stops, they'll stop the match because a brick was thrown. But yeah, it's like, oh, can you take it back 45 seconds ago? I really think that was a takedown.
Right.
That's a tough one. But so, what do you think as a coach, as a fellow coach? What do you think David Taylor? I don't know how to ask this question, like, to get the full answer, but you'll probably give it to me anyway. What is David Taylor doing at Oklahoma State that is similar or different than Penn State? To get 3 true freshmen in the finals, 4 true freshmen in the finals, 3 champs.
I mean, he went to his freaking potion cabinet and
you think he stole from Kale?
Or Kale straight up gave him a vial, man. yeah, like they're, yeah, David Taylor's his dude. So I could for sure see Kale being like, "Here, take a vial of this. It's my special sauce.
I need more competition.
Yeah, use it well, young Padawan.
Yeah.
You know, but what is he? I mean, so. I don't know exactly what the coaching tactics are, but what I have observed some similarities that are the same is they're both having a good time. You know, wrestling free, but that freeness comes from having a good time.
Right, having fun.
You can, I think, David being younger, there's kind of that.
Players coach. You
Yeah,
heard that term in
yeah,
football?
and there's kind of more of a fraternity type feel where, we're dudes.
Whereas Kale's
He's
the
also,
master.
I'd like to think that David's a little more talkative and social than Kale is, so and playful. I think Kale's great. I think he's a
Great
good
guy.
dude and he's super funny. This is me not knowing Kale.
He holds
of course,
it close to his chest.
But from the public's view, then yeah, that's what it looks like. But I think age just the guys have a good bond over there. So that's similarities. Penn State, you can see all those dudes are super close. And don't get me wrong, every other program, like
The dudes are
wrestling is a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Right? Like these dudes, yeah, are just bros. They're brothers, and they went to battle with each other, for each other. Just so anyway, yeah, we all know that. Differences, I'm not sure. I'd really like to know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall
Of both rooms.
in both of those rooms.
I know.
It'd be awesome. But what is cool is they give us a little inside peek with the Stilly boys.
Yeah.
So that's cool to see some of these practices, and from what it looks like is they have a
Jungle
mix up.
ball.
Yeah, plenty of games. So that's Penn State style. We knew that. They have mixed up practices where there's an objective with each one, and the practices there's a challenge to each one. Might be challenging in different ways, right? But there's
like an end goal almost.
Yeah, and I love that because there's multiple things built into all of that.
Yeah.
And that's actually where I got the 100-shot idea, was from that 150-shot video.
The one I sent you?
You sent me. I had seen that back then, and
How long do you think that practice was? Because then after they did 150
they posted that on like New Year's Eve, so I'm betting that practice was like the day before or that same day. So just 150 shots. I bet you they got that done in an hour and a half or less, and then they did their cardio circuit.
But I loved it.
So like 2-hour practice.
I mean, we can't even do 100 in a 2-hour practice. Oh, but we split up.
We split up and did our cardio in between.
I will say what I liked, because you mentioned the challenges.
But that's college, right? They drill harder. They drill faster.
Yeah.
You know?
The one thing that David Taylor said in that video was like, you're going to get the beginning of practice. He's like, you're going to get tired.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go more and see how you
respond
to being tired. That right there was the challenge. Like,
yeah.
You're going to get tired from hitting these shots perfect, right? You're going to hit 150 perfect shots. And then we're going to do sprints on the wind bike or whatever.
Yeah.
Your pull-ups, all this stuff that we did in between our 100, because our high schoolers are a little not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, I was like, yes, like that's what we've been going for some of our practices, right? Like you're gonna get tired, then we're gonna wrestle live to see how you respond, right? And but we need to what David and Kale have when these kids come in is they have the drive to push for that wall, right? What we are trying to teach our kids is to get the drive to push to that wall. Because once the kids have the drive to push to that wall, a practice like that is perfect for them. we're gonna get you tired, then we're gonna push farther.
Right. Our kids have no idea
What the wall
where
is.
that wall is.
No.
Yeah, and it's like a foggy abyss out there. They have no, and it's scary because if we did push them, just throw a kind of that practice or type of practice, even just half the intensity and half of that, it make a lot of dudes quit.
Yeah, we did 2/3 of it.
That goes against what you're trying to do. What's your purpose of keeping these guys and making them better wrestlers? So, but yeah, we're trying to get them to start being okay with being uncomfortable, and then once you get used to that, then you can push them.
Yeah.
And kind of going in. It's funny you bring that up because I was thinking about stuff for next year, but next year starting off
has to
a good click and a half or two dialed up.
We're gonna lose some kids, but that's okay.
Yeah, we might, but I think there will be newbies that we will not lose any of the dudes that wrestled last year.
No, for sure. We're gonna shed some fat being the newbies who came in thinking this is middle school wrestling. Mm-hmm. However, if the middle school wrestlers come to the camp, we can show them quickly that this isn't middle school wrestling.
Well, and they can get a little pickup, so that way it's not as difficult.
For sure.
Right?
Well, the technique.
The only guys that would quit is because they're brand new. It's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
But we did a good job with not overwhelming guys, and I don't think clicking it up too wouldn't scare. I don't think that would scare off the Landons or the Bens of next year.
Yeah, but those guys are built different. You know what I mean?
And they're seniors, so there's some maturity aspect there that a freshman might not have. But anyway, yeah. To go back to what he's doing different. There's some variety in practices. They all have a different challenge, and
I like the challenge.
I think it adds to the fun, even when you're doing the not fun part.
Yeah. No, I love the challenge aspect. I've only really seen the video I sent you that you were just talking about and said you saw a while ago, and stupid me. But I think if you add an outside aspect, hey, this is the goal, it'll make it easier for kids to, and not necessarily hey, we're running for 20 minutes and that's it, right? Some kids love that where it's ooh, because they can kind of pace themselves and stuff. Mm-hmm. But if you make the goal such that, hey, I'm just using this practice as an example, you're gonna get tired, then you're gonna get then we're gonna go more.
Mm-hmm. Giving them expectations, right?
Yeah.
That's great. I don't know if it's a philosophy, but there's, those red flag days, right? 100% because they're hard practices. But what's also kind of a mental struggle with those is you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And there's some good training aspects for doing it that way, but I don't think you should do it that way. I think really you should do that rarely. Maybe once or, a few times just to practice with working with the unexpected, right? But for growth and push in the mind, having it laid out, so that way the mind has these little blocks to
build off of,
but to kind of check mark its progress. It naturally does that. If you're out running 5 miles, let's bump it up. If you're out running 20 miles, okay, first 5 miles are okay. 10 miles, things start to hurt. 15 miles, okay. The last 5 are difficult. Those last 5, but the way you break it down in your mind and the things you start doing, you literally start breaking it up by steps, right? And or blocks of 10 steps.
Or I'm gonna get to that light pole.
Yep.
I'm gonna get to that.
Or I'm gonna get to
sign.
these next 3 sidewalk blocks.
Yep.
The next 3, and that's how the mind and
pushes yourself.
But how are you doing that? Because you only have 5 miles left.
Yep.
If you didn't know how much further you'd quit probably 5 miles back.
Yeah.
When things started hurting.
That's what you're saying.
So, David Taylor, I think, did, by doing that, it seems like he probably does that often because it came very natural and blah, just anyway.
Or it was taught to him.
Right.
Who knows?
100%.
And have you noticed Oklahoma State. Here's a big difference for just not to cut you off, but David Taylor's allowing something like the Silly Boys to post and to show and to do. Kale doesn't have that shit. The only shit he posts is like a quick clip of two guys wrestling clearly after practice or private practice.
Or him playing video games.
Or him
before
playing video
Big
games.
Ten.
Yeah, playing some zombies. Or they'll do like Kale's like latest. He's already at the wrestling room on the bike. Kale is.
Yeah.
You know, he'll post that, but he won't post a big little montage of inside the room.
With some cool music in the background, right?
He ain't a social media guy.
Joking around. Yeah, no. But the Silly Boys is sweet.
I think it's cool too.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool for us to do something like that, but we just don't have the program or even the...
We don't have the people to do that for us.
Right. But
like our managers maybe.
But but that would be a cool thing.
Maybe we could ask him this year. Be like, hey, film some, make some social media posts.
Really, it would be great to like, if you had one Silly Boys type video. Mm-hmm. But then, again, this is if the dang high school would do video announcements, but they don't do video announcements anymore.
They
but
do.
I think
they do.
They do.
They do.
Still?
It's all on YouTube, but they do. Or on the
Gotcha. So they don't show them in class though.
No. So because I don't know that for sure.
Every week you had a new, Louis Boy
or
Louis Boys freaking
Louis Boys or
just little montage video
like
of
Coyote
of
something. Yeah,
and it would be awesome.
No, so remember that.
So that would at least get people like that's for the fans, right? You start showing it every week, and that's to get
that's for
new wrestlers coming in.
Yep.
But then you keep showing it all year to get the fans coming in to come watch. Duels.
So remember the account that posted our state champ. I'm blanking on the name of the state champ he was.
Yeah.
What is it called? Not his name. Not special ed. What's it called? What's the state champ called?
The state champ.
The classification that our state champ was in this year.
5A.
No.
Wait.
Our state champ.
Oh yeah.
What is
Unified?
Unified. Thank you. Jesus.
Yeah.
We were not on the same page there. But remember when he was interviewed by the other Unified kid after he won the championship, that account, whatever, Motix or something, I forget what it's called, but they post announcements on there. So I don't know if they only post on social media or if they do have a morning announcements. That would be a question for the kids to ask.
That'd be sweet to make one, send him, and if you could just post it on his page.
Correct.
Yeah.
On the page.
Because it was getting, clearly it gets views. So.
Yeah.
Maybe not everyone in the school, but it gets a little traction.
Social media, we just need some traction.
Yeah.
But we need someone who's willing to do it. And then after that person leaves, we got to keep doing it.
Yeah. We need to go to the photography or like something.
I think you just get one of the managers because like they're not doing much, like unless my kids are there.
But teach them how to do it.
To do social media? You don't think they know how to do social media?
I don't think they do, which is a good thing.
For sure.
It's a good thing.
For sure. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. They're not the ones posting.
Well, they know. I think they know social media in the how to
searching and
the high school version, but they don't know it on the marketing version and the how to make content version.
We could go to because I think Stuco puts it on.
We barely know how to make content.
Okay. Tell us what you guys think about our content.
Hey, make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, hit that comment button. Tell us how we're doing.
Thanks for joining Coach's Journal.
Yeah, we know the 10 of you who are watching us. Appreciate it. Keep it up.
No, so just to, I think that's kind of all that I know as far as the outside looking in of what David's doing different and the same as Kale. His recruiting class really helped too.
Yep. That's where I think the players coach comes in, right? He really, he's more of a mentor than a father.
But he had 4 freshmen in the class.
No, that's what I'm saying. He can get those kids, and because he's younger, he's more of a mentor than Kale is a father.
Yeah.
Kale's getting these kids coming. He's like, you will be the best. and they come and be the best. But David's like, hey,
Hey,
dude,
bro, what
hey,
up?
yo, bro, come on
You want to
over.
come out here, have some
Come
fun,
on.
kick some ass?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. You know what I mean? So I think
Come over to Stillwater.
I think those kids, because it's interesting. Like, do you think Kale went after the Merrill kid? You think he went? I mean, he had to have gone after Jax Forrest, right? I still don't know Kale's recruiting. Like, I'm still wrapping my brain around it, because yeah, Bo Bartlett had Penn State as one of his options on his social media.
Because from what I heard, I also don't know if this is true, but
Fact check
yeah,
us.
I heard that Kale had, just to go off of, I don't know how Kale recruits, because I heard that he didn't go after Spencer Lee. So like, and we've mentioned before of he gets these guys who you just don't hear of, and then all of a sudden, or he pulls them. I mean, he did pull, similar to like Jax Forrest, but he gets Haynes in there while he's in high school.
Don't go to your senior year. Just
to chill.
Yeah, you're gonna
David at least wrestled his guy, like Kale's like, nah, you just come hang out with us.
Just come train with us.
I don't know what kind of recruiting style that is.
Right. And Messenbrink went to Cal Baptist first. He didn't even go to Penn State first.
Right.
So then my question is, what the hell did Kale see in Mitchell Messenbrink at Cal Baptist?
And that's what I think he got to Messenbrink before he went to Cal Baptist, and they made up that plan for him. I mean, this is all conspiracy.
Yeah,
Just
conspiracy.
literally
Put on your tinfoil hats.
Tell us what you think in the comments.
Comment section.
No, but like, I think Messenbrink, it's a possibility, right? So he's wants to go to Penn State. Kale is the wizard, and somehow either can't do it because of eligibility, credits, whatever, or positioning, whatnot. He's like, hey, we want you. We just can't take you this year. Go over here, wrestle,
but don't
blah,
wrestle.
blah.
Don't wrestle.
Right, and then come on over.
You go over there in red shirt, because then you're gonna come over here and wrestle.
Right.
Fucking insane, dude.
I don't know.
I could see it though. I mean, so let's think who was at 65s before Messenbrink. Let's digging back in the well.
Was
Mark Hall was big.
Nolf
was 57s. Vincenzo was there. Could have been Chenny when he lost to Malik. Not Malik. Who did he lose to from VT? Vincenzo. He beat Imar twice and then lost to
to Malik.
Oh, it was
or
Malik.
not Malik.
Makai Lewis.
Yeah.
Good call. But it could have been Chenzo.
No, they had it. They're always tough, there, right? They've literally
They're always tough.
held an
We just go
champ like from 65s through 84s pretty much every year for the last 14
Well,
years.
so the last one,
So
correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Outside of Imar and like Mackay.
Well, Imar never won at 65.
Yeah, he did.
No, he lost.
No, he lost. Yeah.
He beat Nolf at 57s and then lost at 65s to Chenny.
Right.
Twice. And Chenzo, dude, he didn't even look like a wrestler. He fucking come out inside trip.
I liked his style.
I loved. I'm poking fun in a good way. Like,
he was high flyer.
Oh shit, he was
exciting. I mean, we'd have to look it up. We know it, but they've
Our phones are
always
being
been
used as
dominant in
cameras.
those half weights.
They have.
So.
What I was gonna say is I don't think a 65-pounder won it other than Penn State.
Oh, what are we talking about? Freaking Carr and.
Oh, duh. Keegan O'Toole.
And O'Toole, yeah.
So yeah, we're stupid ass motherfuckers. But who was at that weight for Penn State? He wasn't beating Keegan O'Toole or David Carr. God, people are gonna kill us for not knowing this shit. Guys, we're really working on it. We're
so much wrestling. You got one tournament and it's what 640 matches, 600.
So you have 32 guys really 34 guys at each weight.
We don't have to go count it out.
I know.
But
I mean, there's a lot. 334.
Yeah. Huh?
It's only times 10.
No, because then you have them on the backside too.
Well, no, not matches. I was just saying athletes in general.
Yeah.
Just if you look at the weight classes, you have to know 334
330
athletes.
athletes. Yeah.
That's just a lot of fucking.
Yeah.
It's a lot
So
of.
it's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
We're not encyclopedias here.
No, we need our boy Carlucci in on here to help us out. No, I mean, and we talked about this weekend, where even with the Octomat on screen or the ability to switch between mats, we were missing wrestling. We were missing pins. We were missing text. We were missing because we're so focused on this guy. We hear the announcers go crazy for this, and we're looking, and then try to get to it, or we look at the Octomat to see, and then it's
By that time we missed the takedown.
yeah.
They're already down. We're like,
oh man, so much.
and then when you're there in person, it's just as overwhelming.
Yeah,
It's just as overwhelming.
you gotta just bask in the glory, and hope you catch it.
Yeah,
when
you're sitting here watching literally a
Mat two.
a mat, and you can kind of catch maybe another mat at the same time, right?
in the periffs.
And then all of a sudden, you hear a bunch
Crowd,
of
yeah.
and you know it's going to be something because it's
Well,
the NCAAs, so you know it's something, and you're trying to find where the action is, right? Then you hear something else. Then you hear the announcer go on mat 7. You're
Right.
like, oh shit,
Oh,
that's mat
shit.
2. Okay, where's that 7?
Where's that? Or you're hitting. What team was yelling over there?
Yeah.
It's insane. And like what I love about it is you are there, you're watching it all. Whereas like March Madness basketball, they'll have the first round is crazy because there's like 10 games going on at the same time. I think that's the most. But you'll be watching a basketball game, and you'll have the scores of other basketball games. And so at least with that ability, you have time to go to the one to see if there's a buzzer beater or something like that. Because that's no offense, basketball. That's
like
the most exciting part.
Yeah.
Whereas wrestling, there's no moment in time where you think something exciting is going to happen.
It could be exciting in the first 15 seconds.
Because there could only be one takedown in that match.
Right.
And you missed that one takedown.
The fact that you can end the competition early is why it makes it so unknown and thrilling. It's rare. There's not many sports that have like a finality like that, right? There's the checkmate in chess. There's the 8-ball in pool. There's the pin in wrestling.
Yeah, but even the 8-ball in pool, it's getting close because he's running out of balls.
Yeah, unless you hit it.
Oh, all right. Unless, yeah.
But then in like 9-ball too,
9-ball is fun.
Win it.
You could win it,
early.
yeah.
So
off a combo.
There's that. But yeah, I mean, it's rare in sports. So like basketball, you can kind of, all right, well, tune in for the last 2 minutes.
Right.
If you see the scores close.
Yeah, and like you might miss some big plays, like a big dunk or a big shot, but yeah, you can tune in the last 2 minutes if it's close, and you'll catch the exciting part.
Mm-hmm.
And same with like baseball is like, I will say baseball is a great sport in the sense that something exciting can happen that does change. So a grand slam in the third inning. Can't really foresee that coming unless you have a little thing and you're like, oh, the bases are loaded. I can go tune in. You got time to get to it. But if it's the fifth inning and you see the score is 4-0, you miss the grand slam. But yeah, like, again, that's just a play that was awesome. Wrestling, that takedown happens in 5 seconds.
Yep.
Not even, So, like you said, it's overwhelming. Imagine if they like did one weight at a time. Not one mat, but they wrestled all the guys in one weight. So you just watched one weight the whole time. How long that tournament would take? Fucking a week.
They don't start the next weight until every match is done.
Yeah. It would be too long.
Yeah, it'd take too long.
Yeah. For the wrestling
community. That's kind of how
community.
they want to do it, like in an ideal world, right? Because they have,
They want it to be longer so people can see it all.
Yeah, with the 8 mats but anyway, yeah, it's
like, think about this. But again, the whole backside's a whole nother tournament essentially to fucking get an All-American.
Right.
But like, in an ideal world, if it was possible, we would want it to be similar to basketball where like the first round's real quick, would it be a single elimination? But just like you only have 8 matches at a time going at once. But then those guys don't wrestle till the next day. Right? But imagine that. That would take 5 days for the champ to win.
You're gonna
backsides, you got
splitting up the tournament into
each day is
mini
around
tournaments. That's but it's all one big tournament, but it pools together. But what does March Madness do? It's one freaking tournament to take 6 weeks.
100%. But again, I think the wrestling community wouldn't like that. Because not that they want it over quick, but it's one of those things, like, it's a aspect of the tournament of, like, you have to wrestle 5.
Dude, that kind of sounds kind of cool.
So a round a day. Literally.
It's tough on the wrestlers because they got to make weight like that, right?
5 days in a row.
Yeah.
Or
if
for
you
backside.
did something like, you split it up. So if they're split up, right, then you could maybe every other day.
When you say split it up, what do you mean?
So you said,
I would say a round a day. So you'd watch all the matches from the first round in a day. Look like what Thursday was.
if you did like odd weights, even weights, or something, right?
So cut it in half. So 5 weights on Thursday,
yeah.
5 weights on Friday, 5 weights the next day. Yeah, and then so then once consos start, is that a different session? So you do consos in the morning.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, and champs
in
in
the evening every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sick.
I wonder if we planned it out. Would it be 7 days? Would it be a week? 1 week of wrestling? It'd have to be. I mean, we don't have to go map it out right here, right now, but
I mean, if you're on the champ side, you got 5 rounds, so that's 5 days, and if it's every other day, that's 10 days.
But you could do the semis all the weights at the same time.
And then you're gonna have one more round.
But you could at semis you can combine the two weights.
Bottom side, so then you could even postpone that final. You give them like an extra day or two to finish up the consos, and then you do the finals on that. So those final guys get like an extra day break somewhere.
But I think you could wrestle the semis for all 10 weight classes the same day, and the finals on the same day. So if you make the semis, maybe you get the extra day. You even push the semis out. So then, you get an extra day. 5 weight classes would get an extra day, which would be good or bad, right? If you're cutting weight hard, might be bad. If you're living happy, it'd be easy. But I think that's where you could cut it into 7 days instead of doing semis on 2 different days.
They don't get an extra pound, like a consecutive pound, right? In college for that 3 day.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I mean,
no, I think that'd be cool. Like the more we kind of talk about it.
How can we extend this a little bit to get the advertising? That's the thing people don't like about wrestling. Like ESPN Plus doesn't like doing the first 2 rounds or 3 rounds and fucking on ESPN because there's no room for advertisements. Mm-hmm. They can't do cut to commercial break like they can in the semis and finals because they're just constantly throwing guys out there to wrestle.
Right.
You got to make it profitable for it to be able to compete with the. I mean, it's such a deep woven culture, but like you and I didn't grow up in wrestling families. We just happened to fall into this fucking sport.
Right.
But how can we get the guys who were born in a football family, or not football, soccer family, and like, but you're like, ooh, I want to watch this week-long wrestling event. And because if you do the consos in the morning, you're not watching the consos, like for kids at school or something like that. But just like March Madness, that first week of basketball,
you're gonna see.
You'll see results. You'll see results.
Yeah.
But then you get home and you throw it on at 6 p.m. You get to watch a whole round of wrestling.
Right. Quarters are on. I think that'd be cool. I think that would be cool.
NCAA wrestling.
Yeah. Look into that.
And then you could even... It'd be a big change.
It would be a big change. And then you could do the same thing with the conference tournaments. And now we've essentially, you've given the spectator more wrestling without more wrestling.
Right.
It's the same amount of wrestling.
Yep.
You've just extended it. I think that
Would it be too hard on the
harder
athletes?
on the athletes than anything.
What do you think would be too hard on the athletes?
They just have to make weight. You know, if you did it consecutively, that'd be the toughest. You have to make weight every day. I don't think that would fly. If you split it up, that's still tough. A little more manageable. Possibly, maybe have to discuss doing. Maybe we give them a pound or a half pound, right?
Every day.
Give them a half pound, and then by the time, let's see, if you're on the back side, you're only 3 pounds over than what you started at.
Right, front side you're only 2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you could also
in 10 days.
Some
right?
could argue that, just have them weigh in once, like UFC.
Have more what?
Just have them weigh in once, just like UFC. Or maybe twice, once at the beginning and once in the middle or something.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that would ever work for wrestling though.
I mean, think about it. If you did the two,
we balloon up so much.
For sure.
Yeah.
But if you do the consecutive,
UFC guys do too,
but then they don't fight for 6 months.
Yeah, it's just
but like if you did it at the beginning and in the middle, even if you ballooned up, you would still have a day or two to get it back down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you did once, I think you're right. But then it comes back to if you eat healthy, you know, like you're still going to perform at your best. Whatever you're going to do to perform at your best, you got to do.
Right.
But if you weigh in twice, then it allows people from not, you know, it still holds them accountable, but it gives them, so in 10 days you weigh in twice.
So they have to, so outside of this being a 3-day weigh-in, you know, they have to weigh in consecutive days for their conference. I don't think there's another 3-day weigh-in that they have to do all year. This is the only one.
Yeah.
If you were to split them up where you weigh in every other day, I think that'd be a little more manageable. You'd have to weigh in 5 times, but you get a day in between.
It's a lot of weigh-ins.
It's a lot of weigh-ins, yeah.
That's why I think if you did 2,
it would make guys reconsider kind of what weight they go to. You know?
like Buzakis.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, you're gonna have to weigh in
Like
5 times. Again, it is only 2 more times than what they're doing.
And if they made the finals, you know, they have
What about this? Compromise. Just have them weigh in 3 times over the 10 days. Same amount of weigh-ins. There's days in between. Could be 1, could be 2, depending on when finals is and whatnot for you. 3 times. You have 1 at the beginning, you know, 1 on the last day, so champ or all placing rounds. And then you got 1 in the middle. And you have the guys, because you're alternating days for the 5 weights, you do it on a day that they're wrestling. Then it's the same amount of weigh-ins.
Right.
And if kids blown up, dude, that's kind of on you.
Right. Yeah, it would rule changes always bring new strategies.
Yeah.
You know, so it'd be interesting to see what would happen, but I think that'd be a cool format to
Tell us what you think.
yeah.
Leave it
Let
in
us
the
know
comments.
What you think about that?
Let's see if we can get a
Would
10-day
you like
long
more wrestling
without more
without
wrestling.
getting more wrestling.
More accessible wrestling, because that's the other thing. It is inaccessible.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to get. ESPN Plus picking up Big 12, huge, right? People have ESPN Plus for other sports. It's huge. Big Ten Network does great with their conference stuff, always good. But then you're missing ACC, Virginia Tech. That's a big freaking school we're missing out on. Stanford, you know. Pac-12's got some good wrestling with the Beavers, and yeah, I think there's only 3 of them. But like there's a lot of wrestling that we're missing out because of these stupid conferences in college that
Take up TV time.
They're all about where's the TV time? Where can we get our biggest payday? It would be cool if there was just a freaking USA Wrestling Network. Flo's trying to do something like that, but man, so I was on Flo's Wrestling, not to like go super sidetracked, but I was on Flo's website. It's not good. Like they have articles up there from February was like the last article, and I'm not saying there's tournaments that happen. Like I went there to do some research and read and try to learn about a couple things and see what kind of knowledge could be brought to me for wrestling, for this podcast, for bringing up name dropping things or result dropping, try to get that information into me. It is not user friendly. It's just blogs, which is I get, but man, I was disappointed.
What were you expecting or hoping to find?
So like, you know, I mean I compare it to other sports, but like, fantasy football. If I go to ESPN's fantasy app right now, like yeah, there's blogs and stories about certain guys and players and stuff. But it updates frequently, right? I felt like Flo's website had NCAA's on it, and then there was nothing for a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, other than conference. Like it's not as full as if you go to NFL.com and you can look up stats, you can look up history, you can look up all these things. Like they don't have that stuff on there. And it could be a yet thing and they're working on it. Not trying to bash on Flo. It sucks for the wrestling community that all the pressure is on Flo to get us the information we're looking for. Mm-hmm. And I just wish there was something to I can Google a guy and it would give me all of his stats in college, Olympic, college and international. Shit, if they have high school, give me his high school stuff. Obviously the big names are out there, but they're out there from other realms like Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Like if you look up Bo Bassett, you're obviously going to find stuff on him on Google. But I mean, I could look up a NFL player from 1946 and I'll have his whole stats. Whereas, and I know I'm not expecting Flo to give me Dan Gable's stats from when he was, but it's just not. It's not easy. No, and Flo, this isn't on you, man. I'm just, and I don't have the answers of what to expect or. It sucks. It's all on them. It sucks that someone like ESPN hasn't bought them out or partnered with them and given them a show or to go on and make things.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be awesome if they got a little show or
just
side button on ESPN Plus or something, Yeah.
Just like give me the international stuff, give me the open tournaments, give me the small open tournaments where guys are going to. Like these guys are wrestling year round. It's not every weekend, but it's not just NCAA's, Final X, Worlds, and Olympics. Mm-hmm. That is not it. It's just like, I mean, we're feeling the same thing as like ski jumpers are feeling. Right? They're jumping all year. They're going to competitions, trying to get the world record, trying to get their jumps perfected for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you know where to go to find ski jumping? But like
Flow ski.
Flow ski.
You can go on there and click on your favorite skier.
Shut the fuck
and I'll
up.
give you all their stats.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's you're fucking with me now. I just because
I think it's a bummer, but the more wrestling grows, the more this is the kind of stuff that adds to participation and viewership and fan integration and stuff. Like this is what the fans want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're talking fan stuff here.
Fanboy.
Yeah. More it grows, and I think that's us not having it is a product of because wrestling has been crummy at growing.
But it's
So,
going. It's
but it's
going.
getting there.
And hope
We have but the wrestling community has guys that are trying to create websites like that, like WrestleStat.
Yeah.
They're have put together a crap ton of stuff, and you can click on. You can kind of dig into some minutia.
So maybe I'm just going into the one that I thought was doing it.
Right.
That's on me. But then WrestleStat, I mean, let's hopefully our coaches journal can help wrestling grow. Even though we're trying to just grow us as coaches, hopefully it can bring some light to the wrestling community and what we go through,
Right.
Anyway.
Well.
Rant over.
So that was kind of NCAA's. I mean, shoot, dude. That's, we kind of had this feeling when state ends, right? It's boom, it's over.
Yep.
For us, right, that was a big change in our
Super
day-to-day
Bowl
routine, right? Like, for the last month, our day-to-day routines have changed. We're kind of acclimated now and whatnot, but what was nice is we got to wean off because we got to watch college wrestling.
Yeah, we had to wean off high school.
Right? Well, now college is done.
Now it's done.
Now
our Super Bowl is over.
Yeah, like wrestling is over for a little bit. Only a couple months, maybe 6 weeks.
Right.
But freestyle's kicking up here. But
open mat started for high school.
Open mat, started for us this week, so we're back at it.
Only 2 days a week.
Couple days a week, yeah.
But it's nice because we get more one-on-one with kids. There's not this drive to be running a whole practice, at least in our current program's status.
Totally, yeah.
As more kids come in, obviously that's going to change. But I love the off season. Fucking love it.
Right? Laid back.
No
work
cut
with the guy.
You're rolling around. Yeah. You're showing funky stuff.
I honestly think they get so much better out of those kind of practices.
Right. It's the fun.
Yeah.
It's
fun. And you're tailoring exactly for what this kid needs or is doing in this particular technique or whatnot. Yeah, I think those are great. Did you guys play any games?
No.
No games?
Yeah, we just had the one
spike
kid.
Ball next time.
Yeah, there is a spike ball in the Stuco office.
Is there?
Yeah. Bring yours still,
just in case it doesn't have everything. Yeah. But if it's got everything, we'll
I want to play some spike.
Yeah.
No, I love the off season for that exact reason. And play games, you get to know the guys better. You can, focus on goal setting. You can do things that won't take up practice time like it would during season for the shape, technique, and things. You can work on a whole different aspect. What we tried to do this season at the same time, and I think what we did was perfect, but we can even pile on more and be more driven to, dude, you're supposed to love this and have fun doing it. We did Greco today only. Worked on throws. Coach Cole was showing the hip drills.
Sweet.
That's going to be interesting for some of the kids to watch. But I'm glad they're coming back. I don't know why they left, honestly. But yeah, be good.
Awesome. Yeah, we're back into the new transition of wrestling.
Yep.
Season of wrestling.
New season, baby.
Yep.
Season 2. Coach's Journal. The off season.
And we'll probably go to a couple of freestyle tournaments as well.
Yep. Our 175-pounder wants to go to all of them.
Yeah.
Every single one. I just thought in my head, I'm like, I don't know who's going to go with you, but do it. Do them all.
If he wants to go and bring a buddy or his parents want to go and cheer him on if a coach can't make it. I mean, shoot, I think you and I even went to one, at least one or two by ourselves.
Oh, I went to a lot with just my dad.
Yeah, see? So.
No, I'm not worried about it. And I think Coach Cole, he's actually more willing to go, given his position in life. So I think it'll work out.
Yeah, if a coach can go,
If Coach can Cole,
yeah, if a coach can go, that's preferred, right?
it's
But it shouldn't stop a kid from going.
no, for sure. Coach Cole wanted me to tell you tomorrow is districts for middle school wrestling at Fairview High School. He's gonna go wear a bunch of Monarch gear and was like, "If you guys want to come, come."
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, he sent me a text.
okay, cool.
I told him I'd head down there after work.
The recruiting begins.
That's right.
No, not recruiting. I don't want to use the other word.
Encouragement.
Encouragement
Yeah.
begins.
Just join wrestling.
Yeah, preferably for Monarch.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's kind of all we got for journal entry number 5.
Yeah, now, let us know what you guys thought of nationals. Tell us, I think we're going to see these next 4 years
They're gonna be crazy.
are going to be crazy. And heck, we don't even know what other freshman classes are
Coming
in the
up,
pipeline.
right.
I mean, we got Bo Bassett coming up
With Melvin Miller.
Yeah, I mean, holy smokes! So, yeah, we got some fun years ahead of us.
Dude, it's gonna be fun.
So, hope you guys enjoyed.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Next entry.
Coach's
Peace
Journal.
out.
Peace out.
Girl Scout.